You are listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxshall, in which I chronicle my life and attempts to become a professional writer by, doing some writing, daily, hopefully. Hello, it's Wednesday the 4th of September 2024. You're listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer. And I'm in... I want to do some work today. I actively want to get some writing done, but I'm very tired and not really in the mood, so I think I'm going to struggle. So I'm sitting in a hotel room now in Boston, Massachusetts, USA. They're 5 hours behind us, so whilst my body is telling me it's 3 in the afternoon, locally it's 10 in the morning, and all the shops don't open till about now. And even more disappointingly, there used to be an amazing Barnes & Noble in the shopping mall attached to our hotel, and it's not there anymore. So I was going to go and just have a mooch around and look at some books, but I can't because the bookshop ain't there, so that's pointless. And the mall isn't as big as I remember it, so it's all a bit disappointing, really. It's also my first trip to Boston this month. I have a second one later on in the month, which has better timings because we arrive later in the evening, but we get 2 local nights and then leave the morning of day 3. And very early in the morning of day 3, but so it's one of those trips where you can actually properly recover. Whereas I always feel with 24 hours on the ground, you've basically somehow got to recover from the flight out, but then you've also got to sleep ready for the flight in. So basically in a period of 24 hours, when your body is used to sleeping once, you actually have to sleep twice. So it's a bit, I wish the minimum was 32 hours between flights because you could then properly sleep twice. But anyway, I digress. So what I wanted to do today was my chapter breakdown for chapter 36, so of Empress of the Trees. It's another key chapter. Well, they're all important chapters now because we're coming to the end of the book. So this is the one where it starts off on the day of the general election. Excuse me. There's been a media blackout. So there has been, apart from an official news programme once a day, the government aren't letting people see what's going on. Well, they finally relent. And whilst they don't allow anybody to do exit polls, they do allow coverage of the election results coming in, and obviously the way the story needs to go, it's going to put the Red Victor Party at number 10 Downing Street. It's going to put Carl Tucker, my main bad guy, as the Prime Minister of the United Kingdom of Great Britain and Northern Ireland, which is going to cause my good guys a major problem. It also is going to mean that Ragnarok is almost guaranteed because obviously Tucker's standing on a manifesto of anti-green policies against what the trees have dictated. So they will as soon as they realise, and it will be Farnborough that will tell them, as soon as they realise that the trees, the Red Victors and Carl Tucker at number 1 I can't speak, I'm tired. At number 10, they're just going to initiate Ragnarok, which is the beginning of the end of the world. It's going to stop putting oxygen into the atmosphere. And so there's a few things that need to happen in this chapter. So there's going to be the election coverage, and then there's going to be the return of Corporal Barrera. Now, Corporal Barrera was originally, or has been for most of the book, well, the second half of the book, Ronnie's official bodyguards are wrong. Well, I suppose they are really. They are her protection team. They've got an army, as a group of 6 army soldiers as her protection team. Now, when they were kidnapped in the forest by Carl Tucker's mob, Barrera managed to escape with a gun, and we haven't heard from him since. Well, he's going to turn up in this, and he's going to drag Ronnie out into the woods to murder her, basically. Now, I can't figure out, again, this is why I need to do a bit of thinking, I can't figure out the best way to do it, because he's got had a squad of 6 soldiers. One of them is dead, was killed a couple of chapters ago, but that still leaves 5. Now, of those 5, he knows Adrian Vickers definitely will not do anything against Ronnie. and he probably realises Matthews, the doctor, probably will struggle to do anything as well. So that leaves him 2 men that he thinks he can guarantee will do the job. And I'm actually working out how to do it now, because he can't just waltz in and go, hello, oh, I'm back now, everything's okay. He'd have to come in, he'd have to sneak in, speak to his 2 men that he trusts. Maybe they will all change out of uniform and wear balaclavas and pretend to be survivors of Tucker's mob. Yeah, that will work. And get Ronnie out with the intention of... I kind of need to justify why they drag her out into the woods to murder her rather than just shoot her in the face in the Arboretum or in that complex. So, yeah, still a few things to work out. None of it's... there will be a reason for everything. I've just literally, as we've been doing this, figured out how he gets into the complex. Maybe the gun he's got hasn't got a silencer, or it's as simple as that. He doesn't want to make a loud noise, so he drags her off into the woods, because further away from the complex, the less likely people are to hear him shooting Ronnie. Yeah, that's kind of plausible. Anyway, bit of waffle. That's given me some food for thought. I might write a scene breakdown later. We'll see how it goes, and then tonight I fly back, and I'm back home on the 5th, and I've got the 6th and 7th off, and I will be trying to do a large chunk of the first draft of chapter 36 during that. Thank you for listening. Bye-bye. You have been listening to The Diary of a Wannabe Writer, presented by Richard A. Boxall. Thank you for tuning in to my random ramblings, and if you'd like to know more about me or my projects, visit my link tree at linktr.ee/Richard Writes, capital R, capital W. Thank you for listening.